Hello everyone, drum tech drummer and online educator Kenny Sharretts coming to you with a quick product shout out video on some products from ahead that help enhance or protect the drummer's health. Now as drummers, we understand this is a very physically demanding craft that can be a bit damaging to the body if you're not careful. And if doing it for a long time and you're really not careful, you can end up with everything from hearing damage to tennis elbow to tendonitis. So I'm going to talk about a couple of products from ahead that have helped me personally avoid all these problems and can hopefully help guide you in that situation. Now the first product we're going to talk about is the Ahead Spinal G Throne with a back. Now if you don't know what Spinal G is, Spinal G Thrones are thrones with independent sides with a channel down the center that allows your tailbone to sit comfortably in between them rather than your body resting on the tailbone. So you're actually sitting on your butt versus on your tailbone. And this helps decompress the spine and prevents back problems and hip problems that come from rocking on your tailbone. Now I personally have had some injuries. Once younger when I was mountain biking, hurt my back, and then I tore my labrum in my hip and had it repaired. And since then, on long gigs, a lot of times before Spinal G, I would have back pain at the end of the gig or my hip would be aching. Since I've used a Spinal G Throne, I have zero back pain and I have zero hip pain on my surgically repaired hip. And I'm telling you this to be honest so you understand what this kind of seat is going to give you for the long-term health of your body. It's going to help decompress the spine, help keep those hips moving independently, which is great when you're doing some double bass work. And all in all, I find it something that is comfortable to sit on and allows me to feel solid. Now another element of this throne that I really love is that it's got a solid piano style height adjusters with a good nut on it. So when you lock it, it stays there tight. And another thing that I like about this throne is it's a little bit cushier than some of the other Spinal G Thrones out there. It's got a little bit of give. So if you want a little something to sit on, this might be the throne for you. Now another element of this throne I'm absolutely digging is the back, y'all. And I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this. On most thrones with the back, you can't hit the back. You're playing like this. Who plays drums like this? Nobody. You ain't playing drums like this. It's not going to happen, y'all. But with the Ahead Throne, I actually sit up straight and feel it on my back. And if I want just a little, it's right there, y'all. And I can play all night long and either get a posture check while I'm in the middle of the show. Or if I'm tired, just lean back a little and there it is. Other thrones, I don't always get that. But with this Ahead Throne, I'm actually digging having a back, which is something I don't normally do. So now we get to the last element I'm loving about this throne, because it's the model I ordered, the four-legged model, y'all. And I'm telling you, again, from the bottom of my heart, man, 4 legs is the way to go. I can sit here like this, just totally suspended, don't have to worry about falling this way or that way. It's not gonna happen. Why? I got 4 legs underneath me, not a tripod. While tripods ain't bad, there ain't nothing like 4 legs, y'all. I've been using it and ever since I got it, and that's all I use. And I feel super, super stable, super, super sturdy up here. And when I do double bass work, I can wail on those and not even move. And it's been great because it's helping me develop my twitch technique to play more modern metal. And you can't do that if you're sitting down in the throne. You got to be up in life, y'all. And speaking of modern metal and hard rock, that brings us to the next product I'm going to talk about, which is Ahead drumsticks, y'all. Now, while they are not traditional drumsticks, I absolutely love these drumsticks for 2 purposes. Number 1, like I mentioned, heavier drumming or playing gigs like with the heavy metal hair bands that I pick up cover gigs with in town. I bring these because I got to bring the bigger cymbals, the bigger drums, and these Ahead sticks allow me to wail without having to wail. I don't have to overplay to get big sounds. I can pop these cymbals comfortably and play with technique. And it also helps reduce the shock that comes with the bigger drums and the bigger cymbals and the harder hitting I'm doing, y'all. And this helps preserve my wrist's health, especially if I've been coming straight off a tech tour and I ain't been drumming that much. And that brings me to the other reason I use these drumsticks, which is if I've been out on tour and I haven't been drumming, I gotta practice. And generally I try to be polite to my wife and practice on my Yamaha DTX kit or a practice pad. However, if you haven't been playing a while and you start wailing away on one of those, you'll start having some wrist pain, possibly some tendonitis, possibly some tennis elbow. With these Ahead drumsticks, by the way, I use the Phil Rudd AC/DC model because it's between a 5A and a 5B and just a little bit longer than your average stick. It allows me to play the electronic kit a little bit longer every day and really spend some time practicing straight off tour so I can get straight back to gigging rather than worrying about, oh, my wrists and stuff. And if you're talking about Ahead drumsticks, that brings me to my next product I'm talking about because they're ubiquitous. Ahead grip tape for your sticks. Now, if you use Ahead sticks, you understand it's smooth. you need a grip tape to add to it. However, I've been using this off and on my wood sticks as well after I did a tour with Scott Underwood of Train. Now, Scott's a big guy, a strong guy, and a great drummer, but Train will do like 6 gigs in a row on hot summer days. So we'd have stick slippage problems where he'd have to squeeze down a little bit, and when he did, it would hurt his elbows and his shoulders. By using this grip tape, it allowed Scott to just play freely, rock like he always does, and have no pain and no stick slippage. And that's what I'm talking about, especially if you're doing 6 nights in a row in the hot sun, y'all. Now, if we're talking about protecting your wrists and everything with your sticks, that brings us to the next product I'm talking about, which is the S-hoop that I have on this Dynasonic snare. Now, an S-hoop is kind of a weight between a triple flange tube and a die-cast tube. It beefs up the sound of the snare a little bit, but it's not so beefy like a die-cast. And it sounds awesome at a low tuning on this 6.5" by 14 Dynasonic, y'all. But one of the things I really like about this S-hoop is because it has the angled hoop on top, there's a larger surface for my stick to hit, which means I get great sounding rim shots that are powerful and big and loud sounding without having to hit it too terribly hard. So it helps preserve my wrists, helps preserve my elbows, especially if I've been out teching and not drumming. And that brings me to the next thing I'm talking about, these S-hoops that I like, that not only is an awesome feature, but helps protect your health, is the rim click sound. Effortless. Let's check it out with some wood sticks over here. We're gonna get a wood stick sound on it too, so you can see just how great these are in terms of now, if you're a modern country drummer, you play a lot of powerful snare beats and a lot of rim clicks. This hoop helps preserve my wrists, because if you've been playing them all night long, or you have been playing them all night long every night, having that thin hoop digging into your stick, it starts to hurt after a while. But with this hoop, it's effortless, so you can just softly play a great rim click sound all night long without any pain, y'all. And so that brings me to the final product that I want to talk to you about that's good for your health that Ahead offers, which is the Ahead earplug collection, y'all. Now, I'm gonna be straight up honest. I've worked for some drummers whose hearing is damaged, and playing drums for them simply isn't as fun as it used to be. They gotta jump through a lot of hoops just to be able to perform, all because they didn't protect their hearing when they were younger. Now, I've protected my hearing all my life, and thank God I have no tinnitus, no ringing going on, and it's because I wear earplugs. And y'all, it isn't just a matter of not being able to hear. When tinnitus kicks in, you get mad at it because it rings the whole time. It never stops, to the point where you want to punch something. Why punch something when you simply put these in your ears? Now, Ahead offers 2 different products. They have the hi-fi earplugs, which give you 17 decibels of reduction, and is awesome for the practicing drummer or the gigging drummer, because you can still hear a little bit going on. You can feel your ghost strokes and everything. You gotta hear somebody talking to you, but the git is not just blasting in your ears, y'all. It's an awesome set of plugs that come with a little carrying case. And if you look closely here, they're black and gray. So it's not like you have a big white antenna sticking out of your ears. You simply have these guys in, nice and discreet. Sounds great, looks great, works well. 17 dB down, y'all. Now, the other product they offer, which being a guy who uses molded in-ears, I absolutely love, is their moldable custom earplugs. Now, this is a product where you just warm it up a little bit, mold it to your ears, and boom, you've got a set of custom molded earplugs that fit your ear perfectly, which gives an incredible amount of seal around the ear, blocking out even more sound, and gives you 26 decibels of sound reduction, y'all. Now, while this is a bit more intrusive as a drummer, I'm telling you, I've used a set of these in the gig, and I'm happy, I'm fine, man. A lot of times people come up, I don't want to talk, they're all, and I go, and they go, oh, and that's it, y'all. So the molded earplug is discreet because they can't see it. So they don't realize until it's too late. And then they're like, oh, don't want to be rude. But more importantly, these protect you when you're playing drums, y'all. And I'm telling you, if you're practicing in a small room or drumming a lot on your own, you don't have to hear anything, and you don't have to care about anybody talking to you, this is the way to go. And once you have a set of molded plugs, you may not want to go back, because god darn are they comfortable, y'all. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on products that help protect your health. Again, this is something that's important to me as a tech. I look out for my players, I watch their hands, I watch what they're doing to make sure if I see anything, I can tell them to help protect them. And it's in the same way that I'm doing this video for you, to help protect you in times of need so you can drum for the rest of your life, because God knows I love drumming, and I know you love drumming if you're watching this video. So now we're gonna get back to just some drumming. and enjoy these products that are helping me protect my health, y'all.